Well, we're less than 3 weeks out from the Charlotte City Council primary election, and candidates are gearing up for their final sprint. But this year's lineup looks a bit different than the last few election cycles. Out of the 7 candidates running at large, not a single one is Republican. Our chief political correspondent, Emma Withrow, spoke with some of the Democratic candidates in this year's competitive primary and some Republicans who ran last year.
It's been more than a decade since Charlotte had a Republican mayor, who at the time was Mayor Pat McCrory. McCrory held the mayoral office for 14 years, but after that, only Democrats have won the coveted seat. Democrats have also dominated the majority of the council for years, with only 2 Republicans, Tariq Bokhari and Ed Driggs, maintaining their seats in District 6 and 7. Charlotte seems to get bluer by the year, but is there still hope for Republicans in the Queen City? David Merrill, who ran for Charlotte at large last summer and lost, thinks there is.
We're seeing more and more people in the city complaining about the far left progressive policies. So I think as we become more and more left-leaning and progressive as a city, people are going to start to rebound from that and come a little bit more towards the center and start moving to the right again.
When asked why no Republicans were running for Charlotte City Council at large, Merrill says it was an intentional choice, not just a lack of ambition.
It was a bit of a strategic decision, and it's the first of a series of steps in our strategic plan for how we want to try to retake control of the city over the next coming years. So this year, our biggest focus is going to be on our municipal candidates that are running in districts.
As for the Democrats, Dimple Ajmira, James Smudgy Mitchell, Victoria Watlington, and Lawana Slack Mayfield are the incumbents in the at-large race. Mayfield, who's been on and off council for years, is feeling confident in her campaign, particularly due to her community involvement.
I was a community organizer for more than 20 years before I ever ran for office. I never forgot that.
Mayfield's known for going against the grain on council and is not afraid to speak up. As for her thoughts on the lack of competition from Republicans, she's not entirely surprised.
I think the challenge in Charlotte is that people feel like Republicans won't have a chance. But I honestly believe that if you have a platform for the community, people will come out and support you. But we have to get away from the idea of running on a Democratic ticket, but still bringing very conservative Republican views.
Charlene Henderson, another Democratic candidate running for Charlotte City Council at large, thinks partisan politics need to take a back seat and the community needs to come first.
The city wants accountability. The city wants ethics back at the board. The city wants our community to be transparent. We want all of these things, especially having policy that represent these things. So we cannot continuously vote one way in the public, but also vote another way behind the scenes.
On the other hand, Ben Copeland is a newbie in Charlotte politics. At 21 years old, he's the youngest candidate in this election cycle by a long shot, but doesn't think his lack of experience will negatively impact his ability to represent the people of Charlotte.
Definitely wouldn't be the first person to be elected without college education. In fact, I probably have more of a college education at the moment than some current council members. So if you look at it from that standpoint, I think I'm decently prepared.
While Copeland jumps into the political field, Kyle Lubke, a Republican who ran for an at-large seat last year, is taking a break.
Running for office is hard. It is time-consuming. Putting yourself out there to be judged by your peers is both scary and humbling. I still receive anonymous letters in the mail from ostensibly Democrats. I cannot confirm or deny that, but talking about how horrible it is to be a Republican. And, my husband was yelled at numerous times on the campaign trail by people. It takes an emotional toll.
And Lubke says the emotional toll isn't always worth it when the odds of winning an at-large seat are stacked against you.
It is very difficult for a Republican to win in Charlotte at large. The city is overwhelmingly Democratic. It's around 50% Democrats, 20% Republican, and 30% unaffiliated, with the majority of those unaffiliated voters voting for Democrats as opposed to Republicans. And so you either need a large shift in kind of how the electorate views urban Republicans, or you need more Republicans to vote.
Only time will tell if Republicans will eventually gain the ground to win back at-large seats on the council. But during this election cycle, they don't have a chance. Reporting in Charlotte, Emma Withrow, Queen City News.